In the bottom left starting location, our player who has already won one game against the Team StarTale. The Vampire Slayer. Back off, Bucky. Your ID sucks.
Buffy?
Did I call her Bucky or Buffy?
Yeah, you called her Bucky, man.
Whoa. All right, start the cast over. Over here in the upper left.
Starting.
Did I call her Bucky? Really? Ugh. I hate it when I do that.
That's all right, Tasteless.
It's live, unscripted TV for hours. You're gonna make a boo-boo.
Well, not me, Tasteless. But you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
a
just
perfect
a mere
human,
mortal.
Tasteless.
Yeah.
Didn't you know?
No, I knew.
You didn't get the memo? That's because you're not perfect.
No, they
Perfect people
emailed me
get
the memo. I
memos.
actually got a memo with that, and it said perfect human.
All right.
That was what your pH balance was at.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was it 0 or 10?
It was a perfect human level.
All right. So very similar builds at the moment, of course, and they will be so until we either see a second gateway go up, which will signal a 3-stalker rush, or we'll see a Zealot start and then a Stalker chase the probe out. So that's basically the only 2 openings that we're going to see in this scenario, where no one has sent out a probe super early. We do have already Squirtle scouting quicker. Not a huge deal.
No.
Not the biggest dealio. It's
Not the
PvP,
biggest
you kinda,
dilly-willy.
no matter when you send your scout, you kind of get him in there. It takes a while to get a stalker.
I would send mine later just to get the extra minerals.
Yeah. It's a good point, Tasteless.
I'm a greedy guy.
Yeah.
It's one of the 7 deadly sins.
Is it now?
Yeah. Along with gluttony and cheesing too much.
Well.
Whoop, second gas. All right.
And he shows that second gas.
But he didn't see it. He didn't scout it.
He will. Yeah, he did not see it. You're quite right. He quit.
Oh, my God.
He's disconnecting.
Oh.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
All right. Dim
Okay,
those lights again. All right. Now, getting a second gas that quickly when your opponent is in your base can mean a few things. For instance, if they gas you as well, 100% Blink Stalker. Okay? If they don't...
All right, pause.
Oh.
Bip, bip. Uh-oh.
All right, so we will see in a moment here. Got to get Squirtle going.
Something's happened. We'll get it sorted out.
Well, let's talk about the second gas being shown that early. That can mean a lot of things. It can mean you're trying to bait him into rushing you. You might do that, and then you say, well, I'm doing this, which looks like it's going to have enough sentries to hold off a 4-gate, which means he'll probably tech a little bit too quick. So I can actually just waste 75 minerals, 4-gate you, and punish. There's all sorts of mind games going on.
Hopefully this gets resolved soon. If we have to restart the game, it's not actually that much of a big deal.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
This is very early on. I think it's going to be fine, though.
Stressed out, actually.
Actually, yeah. He does. He's not putting his headset back on, too, so we'll give it another.
We have some time to kill Artosis.
That's fine.
It's random time.
Is it?
All right. Ask me something. I'm always the one that does it, man.
You know, he sets it up, and then you just drop that on me. I don't have anything ready.
Yep.
All right.
Go.
Tasteless.
He sucks at this. All right.
Terrible.
What
So
is better? Sonic the Hedgehog games or the Kirby games?
Okay, oh God, that's hard because both of them are kind of lackluster. Great when you're a little kid, and then you realize that I actually got the first Kirby's Dream Land for my brick Game Boy when I was a little kid. And I was like, oh my God, it's exactly what I wanted. Thank you! And I plugged it in, and I sat there and I beat it that day, and I was like...
Well, wait, you was Kirby All-Stars?
No, it was Kirby's Dream Land, the original.
Oh, the original. The original one's short. Yeah, they got some longer ones, though.
I'm going to go with
here's
Kirby
the problem
is better than
I
Sonic.
think you might... Well, here's the problem with Sonic is, like, what happened when it got 3D? Like, what happened? Like, you can't have... Mario 64 came out, and then Sega was like, well, we're going to make a 3D Sonic game, and it's like... You like try to move, and he's like... And you just, like, hit the wall. Like, some things have to be kept 2D. All right, next question.
Oh, we are...
Uh-oh. We're
going to have to restart the game. Okay, so...
What is your favorite Metal Slug?
My favorite.
Metal Slug.
I don't play Metal Slug.
Oh,
The one with the shell taste. It's called a snail. What?
The correct answer is Metal Slug 3. That is -1. There was a lagging problem. We're going to make a new game. I've been informed. All right, next question.
What's your favorite Castlevania?
That's easy. It's Symphony of the Night. That's actually the easiest question in the entire world. Unless, of course, you're a real nerd junkie like myself, and then you actually played the one on Sega Saturn called Nocturne in the Moonlight that had additional parts in the level as well as you could access the soundtrack and new items, which I beat multiple times.
This guy's such a nerd. Wow.
Nerd cred. Go. Another one.
What's your favorite Mario?
Okay, now that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I would say, the first one is, I'm thinking Mario 3. Mario 3, but the one on Super Nintendo, Super Mario World, is good.
That's a good point. Super Mario World's the best one, I think.
But here's the thing: is I like games that are actually really hard, like really hard. I've talked about this game before, but like Kid Chameleon. If you like Mario 3 and you like the fact that you got to start at one point, you got to go all the way through the game. Game that's harder than actually is Kid Chameleon. Which nobody ever really talks about it because it's kind of a Mario clone. And first, if you play it, you're kind of like, well, this just doesn't seem like it's that good. But like the more you play it, all the hardcore guys I know have beaten that game. Now, if you play it actually and you don't cheat and try to like,
I tried to hold it in.
No,
the
it's
camera's
terrible.
on me.
That's actually one of the hard things about TVs when you actually like, there's something in my eye, but keep looking in the camera. But yeah, it's a good game to play. If you want to do some nerd homework, go play Kid Chameleon. That's a hard one to beat.
You want to play a hard RPG taste, you go play Buck Rogers for Genesis.
I never played Buck Rogers.
Hardest RPG that you can find.
Is it harder than Earthbound?
Oh, of course it's harder than Earthbound.
I don't like most of the modern RPGs that are coming out because the leveling up system is too... I
haven't liked RPGs since N64.
What was the N64 when you played?
A lot of them, man.
Did you ever play Ogre Battle?
That was terrible. Ogre Battle, I think I played it.
I tried to start that up on Super Nintendo and beat it. I'm like, well, this is just I'm never gonna beat this game because it just takes so long. Like I get it and kind of good, but no, it's like a game like I feel like I'm supposed to like, but I kind of don't. You know what I mean? I think we might have to get the computer changed or something. There might be a little bit of downtime, so sit tight, guys. All right.
No problem. We got plenty to talk about Tasteless. What's your favorite racing game of all time?
F-Zero GX on GameCube.
You like that better than Super Mario Kart?
Yeah, I do. And Super Mario Kart's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's actually, which Super Mario? The one on Super Nintendo? Yeah, that one's fun, but it's like the versus mode, it's like so random. You're like, we're driving on. It's like I'm just shooting shells. Just like, no.
He's a nub.
I'm not a nub.
I'd shoot the shell, and I would know. I'd be like, that's going to hit him. It bounces 400 times and hits you.
Your brain turns into a pinball supercomputer, and you just see every possibility.
Yeah, man.
Super Mario Kart's good, though. It's good. We have a coach interview coming up. We're buying time fast here, so enjoy.
네, 오늘 스타테일 저희랑 두는데 우선은 스타테일 같은 경우에는 이제 모든 종족별로 강한 선수가 있어요. 그렇기 때문에 좀 한 선수에 대한 스나이핑을 하기 되게 어렵더라고요. 그래서 우선은 저희가 첫 경기에서 이겨서 이렇게 승점을 압도하는 게 중요할 것 같아요. 왜냐면 최지정 선수가 거의 마지막에 나올 것 같은데 그 선수를 이제 먼저 끌어내느냐 아니면 우선 끌어내는 게 제일 중요한 것 같아요. 그래서 저희가 승점으로 앞서 나가고 있는 게 제일 오늘 중요한 것 같습니다. 우선은 오늘은 만만치 않은 팀을 상대하다 보니까 지금까지 많이 이렇게 잘해온 그런 선수들이나 그리고 첫 경기에 나와서 아쉽게 패배를 했지만 결코 실력이 없는 선수들이 아니거든요. 이 선수들도 오늘 기용을 해서 좀 더 이렇게 만회를 할 수 있는 자리를 이렇게 한번 마련해봤으면 좋겠습니다. 네, 요즘 스타트에서 많이 분위기가 조금 여러 일이 있어서 좀 침체된 분위기가 아닌가 싶어요. 그래서 오늘 스타텔 팀과 저희 팀이 할 수 있는 일은 그 스타트를 이렇게 즐겨보시는 팬분들에게 정말 오래오래 기억에 남을 수 있는 명경기를 만들어 주는 게 최선이라고 생각을 하고요. 저희 팀 많이 연습하고 스타텔 팀도 많이 준비하고 하셨을 텐데 오늘 명승부 한번 펼쳐봤으면 좋겠고요. 그리고 보시는 팬분들이 이렇게 원하는 이렇게 매치가 있을 것 같아요. 그 매치가 좀 나왔으면 좋겠고 최지성 선수 저희도 지켜보고 있습니다.
개인적으로 이렇게 부담이 크진 않아요. 크진 않고 NS호서가 강팀이라고 뭐 외인 구단팀이라고 막 그러는데 제 개인적인 생각으로는 아직 저희랑 안 붙어봤기 때문에 오늘 NS호서가 그 강팀이라는 이미지를 오늘 저희가 확실히 잡아갖고 지워드리도록 하겠습니다. 신정민 선수 워낙 또 기용을 하려고 했었고 그러던 찰나에 그 방송에서 또 신정민 선수가 또 저한테 직접 전화를 해서 또 어필을 했었기 때문에 한번 내보내겠다고 제가 약속을 했었어요. 그런 면은 또 약속을 지키는 면도 있지만 또 종족이 랜덤이기 때문에 1경기에 나가서 또 상대를 많이 흔들어 준다면 충분히 효과를 볼 거라고 생각하고 있습니다. 네. NS호서 잘하는 걸로 제가 알고 있고 봐왔습니다. 근데 저희는 오늘 최지성 선수까지 나갈 필요도 없을 것 같고요. 그 전에 아마 경기가 끝나지 않을까 싶습니다. NS호서 팀 기대해 주세요.
Well, there we have it. I think we are going to have to kill some more time here as
Yeah, I think they're switching out computers.
I think they are.
But I liked those interviews. That first one, Tasis, was a classic taste, a classic.
Instead of classic taste, what kind of
Yeah.
messed up Freudian slip was that? I'm about to uppercut you, Mortal Kombat style.
One of those translations where you're like, is that all he's saying? Are we sure that that's all he's saying right there?
I think that was a condensed version of it. All right, so we got more time to kill Artosis. How are we going to do this? You want to ask me something else?
Let's play that game where you like put your hand on the table and there's a knife and you go like this.
It's like cool until you like just stab your finger. You're like, oh, I'm so stupid.
Terrible idea. You try to pull away, but now you're stuck to the table. You're now part table, part knife, part human. What are you?
Oh my God, you're a table human Archon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's not play that game. That's a stupid game.
That's a dumb game. It's like Russian roulette. I'm like, really? People did that?
People
Nope.
probably still do that somewhere, Tasteless.
Somewhere. We talked to them, but they're dead because they're dumb. All right, Artosis. What is your favorite villain from Metal Gear Solid?
I don't play that game, man.
Oh, you just gave me a migraine. That's like the worst answer ever.
Ask me what my favorite villain is from StarCraft 2.
Who?
Ask me.
Who is it? Who is your favorite villain from StarCraft 2?
Hydra.
Ah, that's funny.
Ah.
That's funny.
So you mess up, you're like, who? You're like, I don't want to play this game. Who is it? No! Play the game with me.
Who else? What else can we ask him? All right, what is
What is your favorite color?
red? Because you're weird, isn't you?
You're so nice.
Let me think here. What is your favorite old PC game? Not like Star, like older than that.
Railroad Tycoon Deluxe. Dude, the Railroad Tycoon games. Like,
I mean, they're good. But that's your favorite one?
No. When I was a little kid, I had these computers, and I burnt out like 5 monitors with my brothers playing. We got so good. I like destroyed the world's economy in that game, man. Like,
I mean, you brought it back by buying so many monitors. Like,
that was a good game.
you ever play any graphic adventure games?
What's that?
You know, one of the ones where it's like you have little items you pick up and you walk around like solving puzzles and talking to characters.
Yeah, like King's Quest and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you played King's Quest. Which ones did you play?
A lot of them. I played a lot of those.
I beat 1. I beat 5. 5 is pretty good, but of course it's a Sierra graphic adventure, so there's like a million holes where it's like, oh, you didn't accidentally use. It's like some of the solutions are so logical. It's like use the boot with the water. It's like what? Why? It like doesn't actually make any sense. It's kind of random.
Makes perfect sense to me. I wouldn't step in water. I'd put
King's
a boot
Quest
on.
5 is good. I beat actually I didn't beat 6, did I? I beat 7, which 7's a little bit nauseating, but I beat it when I was a really, really, really little kid. Then 8, they took the genre. I don't even know what's going on with it right now, but I should go back and beat 6. But you know, again, it's the problem with Sierra graphic adventure games. There's between the Sierra graphic adventure game and a LucasArts graphic adventure game. Is it Sierra? LucasArts makes it so you actually can't get stuck in a dark loophole.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, I didn't know. You're like trying to play the game for weeks, but all you had to do was like pick up like a pin and a needle like in stage 1, but you didn't do it, and now you had to use it at the end of the game so you could get this far, and then you're never going to beat it again because you got to go all the way back, and it's not really that fun. to play through a graphic adventure game right away again. Nobody does that. They do it for nostalgia like a decade later.
Yes. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, after it turns over to like the Dark World, one of the temples in there, you can actually use a key on a wrong door, and the game's over.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I did that once, and I was like, oh.
No, that's the worst thing in the world.
I had already beaten the game, so I was like another playthrough, and I was like, well, I guess I'm done this game for a while.
My knee just popped, man. It's terrible. You guys know I had knee surgery a while ago. Now, like, whenever it's humid out, my knee hurts. It's like it's like my spider senses, but instead it's just like an aching knee when it's humid. I'm like, oh, it'll be humid outside today.
Welcome to my world, Taste. You got any metal in there?
No, you have metal in your foot, right?
8 screws and a metal plate.
You're a cyborg.
I know it. It's
wow.
pretty crazy. I feel the rain.
He's a Borg nerd.
Oh, it's starting.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I thought this was going to go on forever. Excuse me. All right, it's time. We're back in our game mode. Although we're not zooming on the players, so is that like a misfire?
Fine. No, we're going. Dude.
All right, it's time.
I'll tell you guys what's going on.
We're not.
They're both Protoss.
Don't spoil it. There's the spoiler nerd. Those are the ones I hate the most. Like somebody messaged me on Twitter and they're like, Tasis, don't give me the spoilers for today's games. Why are you getting on Twitter where everybody talks about StarCraft, man? Stay off Twitter if you don't want spoilers. Head to head. Tassadar against Squirtle. Tasis and Artosis getting their shifting gears back into casting mode. Here we go. In the center right location, we have
NS 호서 패스다르.
There he is. He's got to get the adrenaline going again. In the bottom left, Artosis' favorite Pokemon. He is...
Starting Squirtle.
I choose you.
You are a funny guy.
Thank you. I can make jokes about Pokemon without playing it.
I guess you can. All right. So, again, we're going to see what they're doing after there's a Stalker out, unless someone wants a 3 Stalker rush. We did see last time that one of the players, it's been so long now, I don't remember who, made 2 gases really, really quickly, which is fine, but there's a lot of head games that can be played with that.
This is one of these factors that you have to ask yourself in this case, will this impact the build he's going to choose this time? I mean, let's face it, he saw 2 gases, and then, we had, what, like 15 minutes of downtime?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
1, 2, 3, all right. Cybernetic score?
Quicker core for Squirtle.
Yeah, that was actually before Pylon. Am I mistaken?
No, you're right. It was a much quicker core. It's kind of interesting. It's going to make his Zealot all later, too. Which is fine. That's why. So he is going to, once again, go for a double gas very quickly. And get a sentry out right away. Oh, it's going to be a Stalker first. No, that makes sense anyways. But I'm interested to see, will we see a Robo popping out right next? I do think so, Tasteless. I do think so. Don't let me down, Squirtle. I want to see that build more and more and more.
Oh. Nice little probe there. Practice football.
Very quick double gas.
Getting around his opponent.
Sorry, Tasteless.
No, you're fine.
Quick double gas by Tassadar as well.
All right, so this could be one of these games where we see Blink Stalkers, even an expansion.
We could see all sorts of stuff.
All sorts of crazy.
All sorts of crazy, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But no tech buildings yet. Both of them still just sitting on 1 gate each. It's time to get some sentries out.
That probe will never see home again.
Tassadar with a robotics facility. 2 more gates being added on for his opponent. Now, right now, Tassadar has the better end of the build orders, but there we go. A Twilight Council does go down. Looks like it's probably going to be Blink Stalker. Awesome. I love watching Robo builds against Blink Stalker builds, Tasteless.
Yeah, we're still learning a lot about this.
Oh, you got to be careful right there, man. If he force fields behind that Stalker, it's so dead. All right. Well, the Blink Stalker you can get a little bit aggressive with, and you should. You should poke a little bit. There's no reason not to. You can just blink away. But one thing that you really have to keep in mind is against a Robo build, you should be expanding much faster than them. You can basically be aggressive, poke and prod, and really keep them on their back foot while expanding because you just are so much more mobile, and they can't really go counterattack you. The Robo player has to decide, okay, am I going to go ahead and go to Blink? Am I going to go to Colossus? What am I going to do here? And am I going to go all in, or am I going to just sit here and expand and let them take a second base? Or a third base, rather, in that case. So these are all very interesting things we're going to be watching for. I'm actually really excited. We do have an Immortal on the way. One Gateway doesn't want to be a Warp Gate. He's very scared.
He's got an identity crisis. He's he's the punk rock Warp Gate.
He pressed B when...
You're all sheeple.
He pressed B tasteless when he tried to put the Evolved Stone on him. There we go. Not this time. And it's going to be the style that, well, Huck likes it quite a bit, I know. The Robo into Blink Stalker. Prez, our StarTale player. We're going to see that his Blink is already done. He's getting ready to be aggressive, tasteless.
The observer sees what's going on inside the main. He sees, okay, he doesn't have a Robo.
And
that can only mean one thing.
And look at that. Huge Blink up, and he is targeting down that Immortal, knowing it deals too much damage, and he might have to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to take too much damage from the Zealots, but Squirtle is doing a great job at the moment. Look at that. Going to get away. He's done insane damage.
That was pretty crazy, and we don't see another Immortal making right now. Well, it just started as I said that, but...
And we're going to see one more. The Guardian Shield now. Oh, man.
Oh, this is actually probably going to be game.
Yeah, it does look like it, Tasteless. You can't lose the Immortal and everything else. That was actually a great blink up by Squirtle, and he is just out-microing right now. Just walking around, killing everything off. Can Tassar hold on here? He does have an Immortal.
We'll see when the Immortal comes out.
It doesn't look like it, Tasteless. Too many Stalkers left, and there's even a couple Force Fields left here. And
there comes the Immortal.
Yeah.
And the probes are going to return home. When you do this build, guys, you actually just hover over your sentry with Force Field ready.
And here we go. He blinks up, going after that Immortal once again.
Actually, he's killing a lot of Stalkers there.
He is indeed. But another couple Stalkers are coming up right now, and it's just... Tassadar is falling behind. You know, he's not mining with his full capacity of probes. In the meantime, our Blink Stalker player has plenty of stuff going on for him. Does not have another Immortal on the way. This is almost impossible at this point for him to actually come back from. Supplies 28 to 35 speak for themselves. And that is going to have to be it, Tasteless.
Yeah, that should be GG. Well played by Squirtle.
Yeah.
All came down to one. Nice little blink inside the main base.
Yeah, man, he did a great job there. And
poor Tassadar.
Yeah, he blinked up very, very well into a good position, sniped the units in the correct order, and from there, it was too much. If Tassadar, instead of getting blinked quite that quickly, had focused a little bit more on units, started that second Immortal before the attack had started, he would have been able to hold that. But, you know, he was like, well, you're going Blink Stalker, I think I can hold. I'm going to go ahead and just rush up this other tech tree. Well, you can't really rush up that quickly when your opponent is a dedicated tech tree and an aggressive one at that.
Well, Tassadar's out. I was tired of hearing his voice in StarCraft 1. But you've not enough minerals.
You only heard it in your head anyways.
And I'm like, listen, man, you know, that's proper English, but when you talk like that, what do you think people are going to think, Tassadar?
What are they going to think this is?
You're a little pretentious.
A little pretentious.
Not enough minerals.
He's gone, so don't worry about it.
All right.
Here we are at StarCraft 2. Who are they going to put out, Tasteless?
I don't know.
It's hard to call from them.
I'd say not a Protoss. Is that weird for me to say? I would say maybe I think they're going to save their Protosses for later on.
I could see Von Vanth, but...
See one of their Terrans. Yeah, I wouldn't put out Von Vanth.
I wouldn't either, but I'm struggling to think of a Zerg or a Terran I want to see. Whenever I think of the team, I actually think of like 5 different Protosses, and I'm like, I actually struggled to recall any non-Protosses on this team.
Well, I mean, their stars are just, it's all Protoss, you know.
I mean, they do have some pretty good Terrans and Zergs, but
They're just
No one's a star.
overshadowed.
It seems like they should have some of the best PvPers because they have so many Protosses and they can in-game practice, in-game talk about it in the house,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
We may be going to a commercial. I'm not entirely sure because we've had
you're
some
right.
delays, so they might push this just into Game 3 right away. It's getting a little bit late here. It's 9:07.
yeah, it is getting up there,
Nighttime.
Tasis. At nighttime. You mean it's not the morning?
So we're doing this in the morning. I'm like, whoa, it was a long day at GOM. So we might a little bit raspy today.
Are you? I'm sorry. You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Good.
Is it okay? Is it okay if the mug's on there? You remember the event I was at where we were sponsored by was it Coca-Cola? And then I was taking a drink. We got put on camera. I was actually drinking a non-Coca-Cola product. I was like, no! I had to throw it down on the table real fast.
Terrible thing to do, Tasis. I didn't actually catch you just came out.
I
of that.
was drinking my tea.
I was looking deeply
Right, mixed
into
with
your
Pepsi.
soft brown eyes, Tasis.
My eyes are not brown or toast.
Yeah, they are.
They're hazel.
Look up into the light a little bit more.
Yeah,
They're brown
hazel.
and hazel. Brown and hazel.
they're hazel.
Uh-oh, it's Sculp.
Uh-oh,
Last time we saw
Sculp.
Sculp, he got totally raffle stomped. As my t-shirt from thehandsomernerd.com would show.
Yes.
He did not do that well.
Sculp is a guy that you definitely don't go gulp when you see.
Yeah.
But you never know. We'll see what he has in store here. I think this is a big mistake because they already brought out Squirtle, and Squirtle's pretty damn good. I don't see this guy beating Squirtle. I just don't.
Well, from how he played last time, I would say absolutely not. But, this team just keeps getting better and better. I know they're training very hard over at Oso Academy. And, with all these good Protosses on the team, maybe Sculp is becoming a Protoss sniper.
Could be.
They have to practice with someone, Tasis. Why not Sculp? They could.
All right, we're going to have a 5-minute break.
A really good.
We're going to have a 5-minute break. We'll be right back. Don't go too far away. This is the GSTL.